Hey, what's good, people? Team sheets out. It looks like the dreaded Xhaka curse has befriended us once again. It doesn't really matter, because if anybody wanted to have an understanding of what Emery Ball was all about, all you've got to do is really look at what happened last year when Arsenal just rolled them over. I think that this team sheet seems to be okay-ish. When I talked about it in my preview, I said we was going to go 4-3-3. That's exactly what we've done. So we've got left back Klasnach replacing Monreal, and we've got Maitland-Niles going in at right back with Luiz and Socrates in the middle. Midfield goes Xhaka, Guendozi and Torreira. And as I said, Torreira is a real important part of trying to get this thing to work the way that we want it to. And we're going to be overly aggressive, just like we was last year. I'm hoping for us to jump out at the park and really hit them where it hurts early on and knock them out of their game plan. Dele Alli's on the bench. And so for us, it's the three up front, Lacazette, Aubameyang and Pepe. So I'm still staying with my prediction of 2-1 to Arsenal at the moment, and looking forward to a few surprises. Remember, there's been 5 penalties out of the last 14 goals in this. There's been a few red cards. So I'm always up for a bit of drama, but I just hope that it works in our favour. So that's the team sheet, guys. So I'm going to go in, have a little drink at the moment, and then I'll speak to you guys later as soon as we get some news and review on the game. Cheers, guys. 2-1. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Banter's about to kick off. Banter FC is about to kick off.
Put the phones down.
Banter's kicking off here, boys.
Come on, man.
So we just got the police just trying to usher us out the way because Banter FC just turned up, and the police is just trying to give them entry into the stadium. But you know how it goes. You're going to get that when you come down to the Emirates. It's all good, baby. It's all good. You know what? I just want to see that man's face when they leave the Emirates today, because it's pure fire about to come down here. Listen, Mr. T predicted pain. Me too. See you guys later. Right, so it's half-time, Spurs 2, Arsenal 1. The ball possession from Arsenal's been horrible, the passing's been terrible. There's no communication, we just don't know what we're doing in terms of going for the ball. There's no commitment, and if there is, it's from 1 and not 2 or 3, and it's just so inconsistent. Off the ball, we're not looking good at all, and when we've got the ball, our passing's been erratic, it's been slow, we need to move the ball quicker. And again, Xhaka's costing us. I said 10 minutes before the end of the half that we need to get Ceballos on there for Xhaka. And Xhaka then, after that, 5 minutes after that, he brings down Song and gives away a penalty. And it's 2-1 to Spurs. But the strike with Lacazette, man, he meant that. There's a lot of venom in that strike. Really, really good goal from Lacazette. Another concern is Leno dropping 2 shots, one of them leading to a goal. Parries it out wide. It looks like the ball's trying to come in on his side. It looks like he's trying to grab it, but it just fumbles away, and then obviously it rebounds and Spurs go 1-0 up, but it just looks messy. It doesn't look right. Again, I have to question the tactics from memory. I don't like what we're doing off the ball. We're not committed. We're at home against a big team. You want to be able to be pressing aggressively, and we're not doing that. And it looks bad out there. At times, Spurs has just passed us off the park. Our passing's not great. As I said, it's really slow, it's tentative. We're second guessing every time we've got the ball. A few times Torreira's had the ball and he's passed backwards. We're just not getting enough commitment. There's no urgency in there. And it's slowing down our game and it's making us way too predictable. But, we did need that goal just before half-time from Lacazette. Really, really quality goal. And I'm just hoping now we can come back in the second half and bowl them over. So from here on out, my 2-1 prediction is gone the other way. But I'm hoping we can get 2 goals in and win this one 3-2 or 4-2 again like last season. So I'll pick this up with you guys at the end of the game. Peace. I've had a little bit of time to absorb it. It's disappointing to finish 2-2, especially with the tempo that we had in the second half. But why do we keep leaving games until we're deep in it in the second half? The level, Spurs could not live with the level of intensity in the second half. But it's that kind of pressing, that kind of attacking and going into duels and winning balls back early. That's what we should have done. That's what I was hoping to see in the first half. And we didn't see that. And it's shocking. Some of the tactics in the first half were pretty good. In terms of us playing the ball out from the back, we didn't take any chances. I mean, that's how the game's played now. And Arsenal have been taking too many chances with that. And with Spurs going 3-4-3, you knew Spurs was going to try and apply some heat. So I liked the fact that 2 things happened. One was Leno was hitting the ball out more often into the midfield than he ever has at any point this season. And the defence as well played it out to the side and down the channels long. So we weren't really playing up to those Liverpool tactics that destroyed us last week. And this is how I expected us to come out against Liverpool, and we didn't. So that's why I put that down as a coach and manager error. In this game today, we didn't do that. We were far more prepared. But what didn't work in the first half, as I said at half time, was we needed to get Ceballos on the field, because what we weren't doing is there was just no intensity off the ball. We were allowing Spurs to play with so much space. It was so passive. Maybe the manager said at that point we shouldn't have pressed. But if we weren't pressing, why did we play so high up the pitch? We weren't playing the ball quickly enough when we had it, and became way too predictable. And let's talk about the first goal. The shot comes in, Leno gets down for it, and it looks like he tries to grab it and gets it all wrong and ends up parrying it wide. It looked like he was caught in 2 minds what he wanted to do. But Socrates is right up with play and doesn't spot a white shirt coming in from his left. You've got to defend better. You've got to be more alert to what's going on around you. All it needs is for him to look back to see what's going on, and he doesn't. And those 2 errors right there, Socrates not spotting the danger and cover, because by all accounts Socrates should be covering that, and he doesn't. But Leno's the one who bobbles the save. He also bobbled another shot in the second half. So Leno just had a bad game. There's no 2 ways about it. And the second goal, I mean, the penalty, again, Xhaka, serial offender, same thing, game in, game out, makes mistakes, gives the ball away, doesn't pressure high up the field, doesn't put enough duels in, doesn't backtrack and help the defence, doesn't apply enough forward balls to put Spurs defensive players on the back foot. Just a non-existent game from Xhaka, which is simply what he does for most games that he plays in. I've said before, he's a passenger and we're carrying him, and today was indicative of that style yet again. The only difference is he costs you sometimes, and today he cost you. And if the manager's going to keep putting him on the team sheet, you're going to be getting the same results week in, week out from him. Maybe he doesn't cost you a goal every week, but it's the lack of input that he gives with the offense. It's the lack of passes that he plays forward to help scoring in terms of chances, and it's the lack of help and cover he gives the back four. It's just not there, and you're going to keep on carrying this guy every game. And what hurt me today was Ceballos and Willock did nothing wrong to lose their spot, but you give it up for a guy who costs his team. Last week I said, don't let these mistakes build up on you, Emery, and they're building up on you because you're making the wrong decisions with the team sheet. Look, if you're willing to bench the likes of Mkhitaryan and Ozil, 200 grand, 350 grand players, if you're willing to do that, then surely you can do it with Xhaka. As I said, your biggest mistake was making him captain, because that means that now you've got to give him a God-given right to play and be on a team sheet. And that is wrong. By all accounts, managing a big team at this level, you've got to put it out on the table and do what's right. And what's right is making sure that players that don't cost you games stay on the bench. It's that simple. There's nothing complicated about it. It's that simple. And right now, Xhaka's punishing the team again. So anyway, we talked about Wenger telling him you shouldn't go down into challenges. And what does he do? In the penalty area, he goes down on Song. When there's nothing, Song didn't even have a good angle on goal. Xhaka just comes in, it looked like it was 2 foot slided into Song and brings him down. I mean, the only time that you have to go down like that is if you're trying to block a shot. And you would do that in front of the player, not at the player's feet. And it's just stupidity at the highest level. And really, seriously, last week I laughed at this at the beginning of my video when I found out Xhaka was going to play against Liverpool, and you got to laugh again. Because if you're going to make the mistake and playing somebody like Xhaka, then you've got to own the mistakes that he brings to your team. Simple as that. On you again, Emery, on you. So Arsenal come back right into it with a goal just before half-time. And what a goal it was. Lacazette with the free kick, right-footed kick, good save by Lloris. And the ball is then parried out. Danny Rose is under pressure, loses the ball to Guendozi again. Guendouzi, my man of the match. And the ball then comes out wide to Pepe. Pepe spots Lacazette making a run in, so Pepe gets the assist on that one. And we're looking forward to seeing that happen a lot. He had 11 assists last season. And Lacazette, it wasn't the first touch, it was a second touch where he takes it away from Vertonghen, gets it set for his left foot and rockets it into the net with venom. I mean, he really needed that one. You know, the team needed it so badly. And you could see from there that Lacazette would just die for his team. I think he went off again because the manager's trying to protect that right ankle that he hurt at the end of pre-season. And then the equaliser, which was Guendozi taking time and fantastic vision and spots the run of Aubameyang. A beautiful ball played through 3 defenders, and Aubameyang gets a toe on it and it goes right into the net. And from there, Arsenal was just pouring pressure onto Spurs, and Spurs just couldn't live with us. Spurs could not get the ball out of their half. They were under pressure. We had a goal that was disallowed because Kolasinac went slightly too early. It went to VAR and then it was disallowed. And it was just all Arsenal at that time. The only time Spurs had an inkle of a chance in the second half was when Harry Kane hit the post, which came out of nowhere, counter-attack. Spurs has had, like Man City and Liverpool, those 3-4 crucial years to build their team, build their system, understand the roles of each player within that system. And Arsenal are just not there yet. It's as simple as that. That is the most plainest way to put it. Arsenal are simply not at that stage yet in their team where everything has just fallen into place and everybody knows their roles. We're at a stage where Pep will play his best 11, Pooch will play his best 11, Klopp will play his best 11. Emery's not playing his best 11 at the moment. He's still got guys like Willock didn't even get on the field today. I mean, how on earth would you put Mkhitaryan on with 12 minutes left to play and think that my man's going to do something for you when he's continuously disappointed and not shown up in games. The one touch that Mkhitaryan had, he lost possession on the ball on the edge of the penalty area and didn't add anything to the game. Willock, there's got to be a point where you give these guys a chance to prove themselves in big games, because outside of the Liverpool game, Willock should have started today. Willock's done nothing to earn a place on the bench. He's done nothing to earn that. Whereas Xhaka has done everything to earn that. It's as simple as that. Xhaka's done everything to earn a place on the bench. So the dynamics, I just don't understand, guys. And it puts us 5th in the table, not where you want to be. But, you know, we've had 2 hard games in Liverpool and Spurs, and we've come out of the first 4 games with 2 wins, a loss and a draw. And I think right now you've got to put a win together. You've got to put a streak together and try and climb into that top 4 and get the rivals around you under pressure by just keep on winning consistently. This is a hard game today to take the result. It's not the result we wanted, but we got to take it and move on. So that's it from me, guys. Speak to you later. Catch up with you soon. And yes, Arsenal, little disappointed, but we move on. Right back at you guys. Peace out.